Okay, Tiffany Henyard actually made a very good point, and I think that her argument was probably the correct argument to make and the correct decision to make. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but as always, I'm Marcus. You're here at the channel The Debt Free Dad, where we talk attorney reactions to current events, trending news, finance topics, and everything in between. Hey, if you get some value out of this, I definitely invite you to hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, because I'm always appreciative of your support. And shout out to everybody who support the content. I thank you. Licensed attorney, not your attorney. Legal, financial advice. This is not infotainment. Find a professional in your area. Now, let's talk about it. Audits generally revolve around looking at the health of a company's financial status. Most times when you're talking about financial audits. So you're looking at the financial health of an organization. You're seeing where the spending is going. If, in fact, the companies or the organizations' assertions as to their financial health is true. And the best part about an audit is it allows you to identify deficiencies, or what they like to say in the professional world, opportunities for improvement, where they can make certain process changes to potentially scale back costs, increase revenue, save money, any of those things. So there was a unique argument that was actually, I think, a good argument to have on whether or not there should be a forensic auditing of all of the departments that are at play here. Generally, you know, hey, as an IG guy, as an attorney, I like audits. I get to see what people are doing, who's keeping things on the up and up. But there was a big debate about how far back the audit should go. Let's go ahead and dive into the video, and I'm going to let y'all know why, for once, Tiffany Henyard was on the right side of an argument. Let's get it.
On all departments in all audits dating back to 10 years. Okay, guys. Okay. Is there a motion to conduct a forensic audit / investigations on all departments, all audits dating back 10 years? Is there a motion? Is there a motion? Okay, I motion. Is there a second?
Shout out to the Lansing Journal for the content.
What we doing? Oh, what we doing? 10 years? Nobody want to go back? What we doing? Because y'all was here within them 10 years. So what we doing? Everybody quiet? Are we going to audit everything? 3 years. Are we going to audit? 3 years. What we doing, trustees? Trustees, we got a minute for 10 years. So do mine and do the previous. So do everybody here. That's why I said all departments. All departments. So once again, this is a showcase. I'm trying to tell y'all what they don't want y'all to find out. You need to audit everything. She just gave a speech, right? About one person. But she gave a speech about everybody here in Thornton Township. I've been telling y'all since I got here that they've been stealing. I've been telling y'all all these things, but they won't audit it. Audit 10 years back, and you gonna get your truth. Y'all want the truth, right? Board members, vote for 10 years back on audits. Vote for it 10 years back on audits. Now y'all quiet. Quiet as church now. I can't hear nothing. They ain't saying peep. What y'all got? Are we gonna motion back 10 years? No. What y'all have? That's all I want to know. What y'all have? Who y'all protect? Who y'all protect? Please tell me. Because you just gave a speech. You said, hey, I'm open to investigation. I think they should investigate everything. Did we not just say that? That's what she just said, right? I told she lies all the time. If that's the case, you lie all the time. You just said that you're gonna do everybody and everything. Please. Motion it up. I made the motion. Somebody make the second to investigate everything in Thornton Township 10 years back. Let's go. Let's go right now. 10 years back. Trustee Gonzalez, can I get a second? Why can't I get a second? You don't want to audit everything here in the township? Every department? 3 years? Go back. You go back. Do 10 years. Do 10 years.
I amend the motion to go back 3 years.
10 years. Go back 10 years.
Go to session.
No. Go 10 years back. Go 10 years back. just want to do 3 and not 10? Why do you want to do 10 years? I really want to know. Why don't you want to do 10 years? What is the point of 10 years? I mean, because this was, what's the reason why you don't want to? Go ahead. Why? Why you want to say, okay, I'll do 5. Do 5.
Once again, come up with some facts. How much is it going to cost? Who's doing it?
Do 5.
Be a leader. Come up with some facts. Who's doing it? How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost?
Do 5.
How much is it going to cost?
Do 5 years.
This isn't let's make a deal.
It is. Do 5 years.
3 years.
Do 5. Because I think you should do 10 years, but obviously y'all see they have some, but I keep trying to tell y'all, but y'all ain't listening to me. So, okay, call the roll. Call the roll. Let's go. Call the roll. Call the roll. It don't matter. They say 3, I'm still going to do 10. So, go ahead. Call the roll. That's exactly what you want.
So hang on, everybody. There was a motion to conduct a forensic audit investigation on all departments, all audits dating back 10 years. There was no second to that motion. Subsequently, there was a motion to conduct a forensic audit investigation on all departments, all audits dating back 3 years, I believe. And that was seconded, I believe. Is that correct?
I didn't hear the second.
I seconded.
So that was seconded. There's time for discussion, and then there would be a roll call vote on that.
All right, call the roll.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Supervisor Henyard?
Yes. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so now that's the big debate. They want an audit done of all the departments within the township, which I think everyone would agree is a good idea. The issue is, how far should it go back? Now, I remember when we were doing a live covering this whole thing, I'm down for 10 years. I'm like, yo, let's do it for 10 years. A lot of people in the comments were talking about cost and how is it going to be fair and all of that stuff. I'm not worried about the cost at this point, because if you did an audit, in my opinion, even if it went back 10 years, and we'll talk about how far it should go back, even if you went back 10 years, the finding of that audit is going to provide valuable information. The longer you go back, the longer you have more data to see spending patterns, to find out where money is wasted. So I do think that that's a good idea. And plus, I think 10 years makes sense, considering for the past 3 years, it's been nothing but issues related to financial scrutiny, especially because the last 3 years, there's been a lot of financial scrutiny, mostly because of Tiffany Henyard, the township supervisor. But I do think that 10 years would be cool. I think it makes sense to go back 10 years to get a really big picture, a broad picture, to get some large data points. I'm not so concerned with the money because, hell, they've been spending money on shit that's worthless for the longest. So this is actually something that could actually yield the taxpayers some type of benefit. Now, who will do it? Again, has to be an outside third party. It has to be some type of bidding process, and that organization or entity or firm or whoever, they have to have no essential conflicts of interest. We talked about that. Now, how long should this audit be? I'm okay with 10 years considering the circumstances. I think the board made themselves look a little crazy by going from 10 to 3. I understand why, because 3 years, you're just looking at all of the spending since Tiffany Henyard essentially has been in that supervisor role. But the problem with it is it just has a specter and looks disingenuous. I think Tiffany Henyard actually made another move that was smart. Well, she said, you know what? We don't even got to go back 10. Let's go back 5. Let's split the difference. I want 10. You want 3. Let's settle on 5. And they weren't even willing to capitulate and go along with 5. I think 5 would provide the best amount of data. Typically, financial audits are somewhere between 5 to 7 years. So 10 years would be a stretch, but I'm all for it considering the circumstances that we have going on. But Tiffany Henyard in this case, I think, did the right thing. And I think it did make the other trustees look a little bit disingenuous, look like they could be potentially hiding something. She wanted 10 years. They wanted 3. She essentially said, let's split the baby and let's do 5 years. They were adamant on not doing the 5 years. So they're essentially just looking at the time period that Tiffany Henyard has been the supervisor. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Now, I generally don't think that Tiffany Henyard would want an audit at all. But again, I think this is smart. if I'm suspected of doing wrong financially and you all are asking for an audit, I would do the exact same thing. Yes, let's audit everybody, everything, and go back far as we can. Why would I do that? Because one, if she audits back to 10 years and she can identify similar spending patterns that are consistent with her own, it will bolster her argument that, hey, I didn't know what I was doing. I was told by Keith Freeman that this is how business goes around here. Even though that won't excuse you from potential criminal culpability in some instances, it is something that could go towards her argument. It is something that could go to jury nullification, because you can just convince 1 out of 12 jurors if it goes to trial that, hey, she wasn't stealing. She was just doing what everybody's been doing for the past decade or more. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. That's my take. I think that Tiffany Henyard actually made a good point here. I think that her counter offer to her original offer was a good one. Not 10, let's do 5. They were scared as hell. And I think she made the proper argument is, why don't they want to go back more than 3 years? That's because they have issues related to their spending of township monies. I think that was the right argument. Y'all let me know what y'all think in a comment. Don't beat me up too bad saying I'm a Tiffany Henyard supporter, but I'm going to call a good point made when it's a good point made. If you enjoyed this content, check out the content on the screen. There's going to be more attorney reactions.